Mel, you're on.
Hello there, everybody. This is Mel Allen. This week in baseball, 1990. With March come images of padlocks and chains, a collective bargaining impasse. Players and owners haggle for weeks, curtailing the start of spring training. After 32 days of no baseball, negotiators in New York meet around the clock, and finally, a settlement. The agreement is announced at a press conference around 1 a.m.
I have a very pleasant duty, and it is simply to announce that tonight an agreement in principle has been reached between the Players Association and the Player Relations Committee, the Owners Association, and the labor agreement in baseball will be executed in the very near future.
Thank you very much, Mr. Commissioner. And thankfully, it's time for players to report to spring training, catching up on lost time. And the fans do the same. Lots to catch up on, too, from conditioning to tomfoolery.
There it is, a pot of gold waiting for you in Dodger Stadium. Man, they got it buried all over that place.
I was always coming back to the...
A pie in the eye. But to fans, nothing is better than hearing this. Opening day.
And we're ready to go. 1990 as Ozzie takes the field and does his flip. Look at that. They love it.
Boston's Fenway Park, a venerable setting for Tony Giamatti, wife of the late commissioner, as she tosses out the first pitch. And a warm round of applause from Red Sox fans as they pay tribute to Bart Giamatti. In Toronto, the Blue Jays play host to heads of state, Canada's Prime Minister Brian Mulroney and President George Bush, who talks of his fondness for baseball.
My emotions go back to being about a 10 or 12-year-old kid thinking, hey, what a tremendous thrill. I like all that. And some of it has to do with the national pastime and the fact that it's a relaxing way to spend an evening or an afternoon. And I'm a competitor, and I believe competing in sports helps you in life. So it all comes together.
It certainly came together for Oakland in 1989, and on their home opener, the A's are presented with their World Championship rings. Nationally, Houston celebrates the Astrodome's 25th anniversary by playing host to the Reds, who are making only their second away opener since 1890. But Lou Piniella wins in his National League debut, and for Cincinnati, a portent of things to come. The Reds are in first place for the entire month of April, led by some red-hot bats. Infielders Chris Sabo, Mariano Duncan, and Barry Larkin lead the charge. And all three are batting around the 400 mark. Jack Armstrong starts like a strong brew of coffee, ready to go with a fast start of 5-0. Speaking of fast, Randy Myers provides bullpen heat, along with his teammate, flamethrower Rob Dibble. The Reds' bullpen is named the Nasty Boys.
You know, I look at it like this. If we score 8 runs a game, we're going to win a lot of ball games. And if we start out and win our first 30, 35 games in a row, we're going to be in first place.
I agree.
They weren't that good, but Cincinnati's fast getaway put them in first right from opening day. Meanwhile, last year's National League champions, the Giants, got off to a rocky start and find themselves in 5th place. No-hitter. Countdown. Number 1, California's Anaheim Stadium. Mark Langston debuting for the Angels against his former teammates, the Seattle Mariners. Langston fires 7 innings of no-hit ball. And Mike Witt downs the Seattle Mariners the rest of the way to complete the first combined no-hitter in Angels history. California's first since Witt's perfect game in 1984. 2 days later, this youngster witnesses a bit of Mariner history. Seattle draws 53,000 for their first sellout ever. Also making his debut, the Mariner Moose, Bo Winkle's first cousin. It's plain to see the Moose just loves Papoose and likewise. But unfortunately, the enthusiasm doesn't help the Mariners. They get trampled by the world champion A's 15-7. But more fireworks a week later. Mariners starter Brian Holman is on the verge of a no-hitter. 9th inning, 2 outs. The pitch to Ken Phelps. He swings, there's a drive, going, and it is gone. And so is the no-hitter. In Kansas City, an all-time first. Brett Saberhagen, 1989's American League Cy Young winner, starts a game against Toronto. And Mark Davis relieves, the first time the previous year's Cy Young artists combined for a win. Yet, despite the pitching talent, the Royals find themselves in last place. By the end of April, the Oakland A's are in a familiar spot. In the East, the Milwaukee Brewers jump out to a fast start. While in the National League West, the Cincinnati Reds lead. In fact, 3 of the 4 eventual division champions are in first place. Now, time to open the notebook for the month of April. Detroit's Cecil Fielder starts with a bang. After spending the previous year in Japan, Cecil belts 6 homers in April. Hot start. But will his hot hitting last? Stay tuned. The Dodgers' Orel Hershiser, 1988 Cy Young winner, suffers rotator cuff and shoulder injuries. Bulldog leaves this game against the Cardinals in the 7th and is lost for the entire season. Oakland's Mike Narez pitches for the first time since 1983. After drug problems and a minor league stint, the former 20-game winner gets his first victory in 7 years. And finally, Pittsburgh's Wally Backman against the Padres. A day to remember.
Top of the 9th inning. Yeah, and there it is, number 6. Wally Backman with 6 base hits tonight.
Get that baseball.
Rennie Stennett once had a 7-hit game for the Pirates. Now, fans, for some April play that makes me say, how about that? Boston's Bill Buckner shows y'all how to run the bases after 4 decades of playing ball.
There's a shot deep toward right field. Washington back, and Washington can't get it. The ball is loose. Washington is into the stands. Buckner is around second base. He is headed for home. He's going to have it inside the park home run.
Good going, Billy Buck, and a mighty nice run of luck. That is, until Boston put Buckner on waivers a few months later. A man of many positions, the White Sox Steve Lyons. In an exhibition game against the Cubs, Lyons catches, plays the infield and the outfield, handling himself like an old pro. Well, almost. Psycho, that's Steve's nickname, even got a chance to pitch. And after not getting much in the way of support, Lyons stalks right back over to second base. How about that? In May, Chicago's Ryne Sandberg makes his first error in 123 games. A record 582 chances before this bad throw. But hey, Rhino's always on the go. Spectacular play day after day.
The pitch. Fastball.
Oh, what a play by Sandberg, and he gets him holy cow. That's man. What a play. He's out.
Loop into short center. Highway robberies. Here's John Kruk. Ground ball. Hit the mound. Backhanded stop by Sandberg. They got him.
The Major League's best second baseman. And after topping the fielding record of Manny Trillo, receives a standing O.
A standing ovation here at Wrigley Field. 480 chances, airless for Sandberg.
From a future Hall of Famer to one of the originals. For over 60 years, Ty Cobb held the American League record for stolen bases in a career, 892. The Georgia Peach made his impact on a game with his slashing, dashing style of play. A great competitor. But the legendary Cobb's base-stealing mark was broken in May against the Toronto Blue Jays by Oakland's Rickey Henderson.
2 outs. Liriano ducks in.
Ricky's going. Pitches high. He stole it. The American League record for Rickey Henderson.
The American League's new king of steel. May spells disaster for the Mets. They just can't seem to get things on track. Defensive lapses and a team batting average that ranks next to last makes New York's shortcomings painfully clear. And that prompts the Mets front office to say goodbye to Davy Johnson. As New York's ship casts adrift, the Pirates set sail on a course they hadn't embarked on in over a decade. Talking about a division title. The last time Pittsburgh accomplished that feat, it was 1979. The Bucks in quest of recapturing Pirate gold.
Bobby swings at a fly ball to right field. Go ball, get out of here. It is gone. Bobby tied the ball game up. And a drive to deep right field. It is a grand slam for Barry Bonds, and the Pirates have a 4-0 lead.
One reason for Pittsburgh's fast start, and a mighty pleasant plus for 50-year skipper Jim Leyland, the pitching of Neil Heaton, who won his first 6 starts, and staff ace Doug Drabek.
Very intense. Get that look in his eyes. Watch him looking for the signs. He's really locked in.
At the end of May, Drabek's record 8-1. And, along with the rest of Pittsburgh's pitching corps, provided the National League East with a lethal dose of Pirate poison. And now let's check our TWIB notes for May. Seattle's Edgar Martinez suffers a mighty rough day in May. Might call it third base mayhem. He commits a record-tying 4 errors in a game. 3 in 1 inning.
Curveball hit to Martinez, and he drops it. He goes to first, doesn't get him.
Number 20 belongs to one of the greatest third basemen ever, Mike Schmidt, whose number is retired in the ceremony at Philadelphia's Veterans Stadium. Doug McGraw helped Schmidt recollect the good times.
I don't know where life's going to lead, but the Phillies and Philadelphia will forever hold a very special place in my heart.
The most prolific home run hitting third baseman ever. And now, folks, it's time for my favorite part of the show. How about that? Boston's bearded Rob Murphy relieves in the game against the Mariners and works his way out of a close shave. But next inning, a clean-shaven Murphy takes the mound and was razor sharp, earning the save with the shave. Smooth work. How about that? Manager Joe Morgan applies the after save. And now, some silver-haired fellows. Pittsburgh's Jerry Royce. The Dodgers' Rick Dempsey. Boston's Bill Buckner, and the Rangers' Nolan Ryan. They all became four-decade players when they took the field in 1990. As for this fella, how about him? That's me. Believe it or not, folks, I became a 7-decade play-by-play man working a game at Yankee Stadium with Phil Rizzuto and George Grand. My first Yankee broadcast was back in 1939. And how about that is really right. Now let's swing into the dog days of June. Sometimes when June rolls around, players find themselves in a state of confusion, tough to discern which way is up. Or take this fella. He seems to have a tough time figuring the way to get home. Look out, man. And there are other players who just swoon in June.
Ken Herbeck showing some additional capabilities.
Keith Miller, meanwhile, is trying to get rid of the hiccups. Scaring someone will get rid of, right? See? I told you. Let's see if it worked. It didn't work.
Let's give the okay sign for the man they call the Cobra. In June, Milwaukee's Dave Parker uncoils for a career milestone.
And a base hit up the middle. There it is. Dave Parker has picked up number 2,500 of his career.
At age 39, the man did just fine. 21 homers, 92 RBIs. At you with no-hitter number 2, 6'10" Randy Johnson on the verge of no-hitting the Detroit Tigers. The excitement builds. It's the 9th inning, 2 outs. Johnson faces Mike Heath.
Here comes the left-hander's wide. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Swing! It's over! He has done it! High fastball, Randy Johnson being mobbed by Scott Bradley down to greet him and the entire Mariners team. My, oh my.
And about a week later, the king of no-hitters makes his bid.
Career no-hitter number 6. He's within 2 outs. Again, the 0-2 pitch. Little roller to short. Houston, the outbound throw. Get him. That's out number 2. The 2-0 pitch. Fly ball, right field. Rubensier in foul territory. Number 6 for Nolan Ryan. The Express has done it once again.
Ryan strikes out 14 Oakland batters, and at age 43 becomes the oldest pitcher in Major League history to notch a no-hitter. Next goal, career win number 300. 3 weeks later, the no-hitter countdown continues. Number 4, Dave Stewart against the Toronto Blue Jays.
Fly ball center field. Dave Henderson makes the call. A no-hitter for Dave Stewart.
Congratulations, Dave. And on that very same night, fans, a former teammate of Stewart's when they both played for the Dodgers, tries for the season's 5th no-hitter, taking aim against the St. Louis Cardinals and gunning for the first no-hitter of his career. I'm talking about one of the winningest pitchers of the 80s, Fernando Valenzuela.
Grounder up the middle, off Valenzuela to the bag. 1 out, to first, a double play. Fernando Valenzuela has just pitched a no-hitter. And for the first time in the history of Major League Baseball, there's been an American League no-hitter and a National League no-hitter on the same day.
Viva Valenzuela! Hernando's no-hitter was the 4th in June, the most no-hitters in 1 month ever in Major League history. And now, fans, let's take a look at our TWIB notes for June. Houston Astros slugger Glenn Davis goes on a home run rampage, 7 in 6 days, including one game in which he smashes 3 round-trippers. But Davis still suffers through one of his most disappointing seasons because of injuries. Philadelphia center fielder Len Dykstra stands extra tall with his best season ever. At the start of June, Lenny leads the major leagues with a batting average of .413. Baltimore shortstop Cal Ripken Jr. passes Everett Scott on the consecutive games played list with 1,308. Second to Lou Gehrig's 2,130. Defensively, he's on a pace to break the major league mark of 89 for consecutive errorless games by a shortstop. Pitcher Ramon Martinez writes his way into the Dodger record books with an overpowering strikeout performance against the Atlanta Braves.
The 0-2 pitch to Blauser. There it is.
18 strikeouts. That ties the Dodger team mark set by Hall of Famer Sandy Koufax. Oh, come on, I'm not that fat, but I'll still say how about that. Veteran pitcher Don Robinson pinch hitting.
Robinson has been a pretty good hitter throughout his career, and he hits it hard and deep, and it's gone.
How about that is right. Now, folks, that's what you call a good hitting pitcher. Now, let's have a try at the month of July. Comiskey Park, more like a field of nightmares for the New York Yankees' Andy Hawkins, who throws a no-hitter against the White Sox and yet still loses the ball game. Right now, we're in the 8th inning. Score, 0-0, 2 outs. Hawkins pitching, bases loaded, and the batter is Robin Ventura. He gets a hold of one.
Going back there, Rich. Don't fall. Oh, he dropped the ball. 3-run score. And that will be an error. Can you imagine losing the ball game on a no-hitter? And a fly ball hit to right field. Barfield can't see it. Oh, he dropped it too. Holy cow, what's coming off here?
You'll watch the game of baseball for years, and Scooter, you watched it a lifetime, and you will probably never see an inning like this. No hits, 3 errors, and 2 walks. And Hawkins, still working on a no-hitter, is now trailing 4-0.
Mercy me. Hawkins became the first pitcher to lose a no-hitter since Ken Johnson for the Astros way back in 1967. About a week later, White Sox hurler Melito Perez takes the mound at New York's Yankee Stadium and proceeds to hold the Yankees hitless through 6 innings, striking out 9, walking 4, and earning the season's 7th no-hitter. Even though it was a rain-shortened one. At the All-Star break, Yankees in the cellar, Boston on top. Surprisingly, the Chicago White Sox hang tough. The Giants have come a long way to move into 2nd place, as have the Mets under the leadership of Bud Harrelson. The All-Star Game, the site Chicago's Wrigley Field. Heavy hitters from each league get a rare chance to mingle and exchange pleasantries. A meeting of heavyweights, Darryl Strawberry alongside Cecil Fielder, and amongst the ivy at Wrigley, a collection of all-star chocolate bars. And on a sidebar note, who better to offer us his expert opinion than that sweet fielding comedian, Bill Murray?
I haven't had
breakfast yet, so I think I'd probably go with the Wade Boggs bar because he's on Eastern Standard Time since I'm trying to catch up. I'd have this for it's more of a breakfast bar for the kids. And lunchtime, you got to go with the Rhino bar. It's the Rhino bar. You know, he's the big animal. He roams the tundra. He moves to the African belt. You'd have to go with this one. Tony Gwynn is a more organized guy. He's your mid-afternoon guy, your 4 o'clock pickup. That late start out there in San Diego. And this is the Ken Griffey Jr. bar, which you can have anytime because they play in the Kingdom. You know, so it's good anytime of day or night, just a quick fix. So this is the one I would carry in the glove compartment.
Well, Bill, let's bar none and open the gates for the All-Star Classic. The National League's best meets the American League's top stars. Cincinnati's Jack Armstrong, 2 innings pitched, strikes out 2, holds the American League to no runs and 1 hit. American League starter, Oakland's Bob Welch, strikes out Kevin Mitchell, and the senior circuit generates nothing but zeros. Kansas City's Brett Saberhagen enters the game in the 5th, and he pitches 2 perfect innings. 7th inning, Roger Craig ponders the scoreless deadlock as heavy rains delay the game for over an hour. But finally the tarpaulin is removed, and the National League calls on Cincinnati's Rob Dibble to douse an American League uprising. The batter, the Rangers' Julio Franco.
Puts the American League on top. It goes deep, and the second run might also score. Bear's not a good runner, but he is going to be able to dent the plate, and it's 2-0 in favor of the American League as Franco came through on an 0-2 count.
And with the score 2-0, Dennis Eckersley faces Tim Wallach in the 9th inning and preserves only the 2nd American League shutout in All-Star history, a 2-hitter. And the American League is 3-0 at All-Star games played at Wrigley Field. As the second half of the season gets underway, the White Sox don the uniform of their 1917 club in honor of the last South Side team to win a World Championship. Down to the last detail, Comiskey Park recaptures its old splendor.
We're turning off all the ballpark electronics and using a manual scoreboard. We rolled back the ticket prices to half price on all tickets and 50-cent general admission. We have a 5-cent popcorn wagon outside one of the gates. We have our employees in costume. We're running a costume contest for people who come to the park. We have a megaphone for doing pregame announcements just like they had in 1917.
Catching, 72. Fisk. Carlton Fisk, 72. Catching.
The White Sox wear the old-fashioned uniforms during a regular season game against the Milwaukee Brewers.
I mean, you got to think positive. It ain't how you play this game, it's how you look. So keep your glasses clean and go get them.
The White Sox are inspired to an early lead, but the spirit of 1917 doesn't reflect in the final score. 12-9, Brewers. Baltimore's Cal Ripken Jr. breaks Kevin Elster's Major League mark for shortstops with 89 consecutive games without an error. In addition to Ripken's spectacular play at short in July, the Baltimore Orioles also witnessed the pitching debut of 22-year-old Ben McDonald. The 6'7" number 1 pick in the 1989 amateur draft throws a complete game shutout in his first Major League start. Big Ben goes on to win his first 5 games. National League pennant picture. Mets frustration, enough to make a fellow scream. May 28th, Davy Johnson fired, replaced by Buddy Harrelson, and New York's luck takes a good turn. Darryl Strawberry heats up, and so do the Mets. His production is enough to make opponents scream.
Strawberry, I mean deep and high and out in his ballpark. This one hit deep to right. Out of here, home run, Darryl Strawberry. It sounds redundant.
Another player emerges, Dave Magadan. After beginning the season as a reserve, Magadan wins the starting first base job with a batting average that ranks among the league's best. At the end of July, Magadan is batting .343, and spearheaded by great pitching, Bud Harrelson's Mets overtake the Pirates and move into first place. Also in July, high-impact conflict of football-like proportions. Royals running back Bo Jackson crushes 3 home runs and drives home 7. The ball sails into the silver and black night of Yankee Stadium with the majesty of a long touchdown pass, and a triumphant Jackson celebrates. But a falcon lurks in the wings. Deion Sanders swoops into action.
Drill to center field. Bo Jackson going over, leaps and can't get it. Deion Sanders blazing around second. Tamper goes over to get the ball, plays it in there, waving him home. The throw to the plate gets on by. Sanders flies over, and now he is safe at home.
Yet KC wins by a field goal. Final score, Kansas City 10, New York 7. Now, time for some twib notes from the month of July. George Steinbrenner, New York principal owner, who helped bring 2 world titles to New York, is told to relinquish his post because of his association with a known alleged gambler.
Mr. Steinbrenner has agreed to resign on or before August 20, 1990, as the general partner of the New York Yankees.
In Steinbrenner's 17 years as Yankee principal owner, the team experienced great success, bitter disappointment, and lots of controversy. In other shocking news, Whitey Herzog, Cardinal skipper for the past 10 years, resigns, with St. Louis in last place. Now, time for a play that makes me say, how about that? Here's an all-time first. In Boston, the Minnesota Twins turn a twin pair of triple play.
Third base, 1 there, 2 there, and a triple play. Holy mackerel.
And later in that game,
they go, and Gaetti has 1, they got 2, and they've got another triple play. Mercy me, Gerald.
And to coin a phrase, how about that? And if you think that's worth a chuckle, how about this? Steve Lyons races for first. He's safe. A little disagreement occurs, and meanwhile, Steve decides to adjust his wardrobe. Uh-oh. Man alive.
Did you see that? He's gonna get the dirt out, and all of a sudden he unbuckled his pants and they fell down.
Geez, I don't think that's really the proper place to do that, but...
He forgot where he was. He had a vapor lock. He had a brain cramp.
Oh, my.
Oh, well, Christmas will be here soon, and right now I'm going to settle back for a spell as Tom Seaver chokes Phil Rizzuto and let you listen to Harry Carey's rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, mixed in with Wake Me Up, folks, some of the most exciting calls of the year. Take it away, Harry. Hey, Harry, you're around here someplace.
Swung on and a fly ball belted deep to right. Cut out to the track. Fly away.
Salazar. Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win. Harry. Mets win. Mets win. Mets win.
That's deep. Way back. Put
Nice going, Harry. And now Nolan Ryan, the Texas Rangers pitcher, shoots for yet another milestone, career victory number 300. Ryan pitches 7 2/3 innings, strikes out 8, and holds the Brewers to 1 earned run. Then he leaves the game with win number 300 on the line and watches the remainder of the contest from the bench with his 2 sons.
Arnsberg's pitch, fly ball, center field. This should do it. Pettis makes the catch, and Nolan Ryan and the Rangers are victorious. And you can charge up the bus for Cooperstown. Nolan Ryan officially has had his ticket validated.
As has this gentleman, Joe Morgan. Morgan was a key member of Cincinnati's Big Red Machine. Holder of many records, including most homers by a second baseman, 268, a 2-time MVP, won 5 Gold Gloves, a great competitor, Joe Morgan.
I wish, I could say that this is, the culmination of all my dreams and things like that, but truthfully, I never dreamed about making the Hall of Fame. I only dreamed about making it to the major leagues. And when I made it to the major leagues, that was great. The Hall of Fame is really just icing on what has been a very big and filling cake for me.
Jim Palmer made it to the majors at age 19, played for the Baltimore Orioles for 19 years, had 268 victories, won 20 or more games in a year 8 times, was a 3-time Cy Young Award winner.
The truest test of a pitcher is to try to get a good hitter out the 4th time. You don't have to do that anymore, and that's not to downgrade any of the starters now. But what Earl Weaver, and I think one of the reasons I'm in the Hall of Fame, is that Earl had enough confidence in me. He felt that I was better than anybody in the bullpen to give me the ball when the 9th inning started.
Congratulations, gentlemen. The Griffeys, like father, like son. For the first time ever in Major League history, father and son in the same lineup. The two even had a friendly rivalry going. Seems like whenever Ken Sr. gets a base hit, Ken Jr. wasn't far behind, like in their debut.
Left fielder, number 30.
Now here comes Ken Griffey Sr. And a base hit in his first time up as a Mariner. Father has a base hit, son's at the plate. This is history. And he has a base hit. Nothing to it, Dad. Anything you can do, I can do better, says Junior. The smile says it all, doesn't it?
The Griffeys were probably the envy of every daddy in Seattle. With father playing left and son in center, the two ran into a generation gap. And I mean in the gap, too.
And Sammy shoots a high fly out into left center. And it's Ken Griffey Jr. taking the play away from his father.
40-year-old pop and 20-year-old son having a lot of fun. But in one game in particular against the California Angels, the two really did a number on California pitcher Kirk McCaskill. Have a look.
Well hit to center field. Devon White going back. Gone! A 2-run home run. And 40-year-old Ken Griffey hits his 3rd home run since coming to the Mariners. So here's Ken Jr. And he hits one well to left center field. Dante Bichette. Back-to-back home runs. What else can these guys do? Not to be outdone, says Junior.
Man alive, how about that? A scene to warm the heart. From generation to generation, the Griffeys doing it all. And having a good time at it, too. The defending world champion Oakland A's. As expected, atop the American League West, but facing a big challenge from a surprise contender. The A's lose 5 straight times to the Chicago White Sox. Yet the A's still exude confidence.
There was no doubt in my mind what our ball club was going to do. We're a championship caliber club with class athletes, a bunch of class guys on this club, and, you know, 3-game sweep is not going to make the difference in us winning this thing or losing it.
With Dave Stewart and Bob Welch anchoring their pitching core, the A's don't crack easy. Bo knows. Despite the fact that the White Sox move into a tie for first place in July, Oakland's all-star cast stands tall. By the end of August, Mark McGwire reaches the 30 home run mark, as does Jose Canseco, and the A's continue to steamroll. Philadelphia's Terry Mulholland bidding for the season's 8th no-hitter. Pitching against the San Francisco Giants. It's the 9th inning, 2 outs. The batter, Gary Carter.
The Giants are down to their last strike. And he did it. And he is one happy man, and I don't blame him.
In August, Philadelphia experiences another game to remember. The Los Angeles Dodgers really light up the Phillies for 11 runs, and by the 9th inning, lead by a score of 11-3. But a festive crowd at Dodger Stadium soon turns rather glum as the Phillies score run after run, and I mean after run after run.
A Rod Serling special at Dodger Stadium. And the pinch hitter is John I. Am not a crook. Uh-oh. It's hit on the fly. Back. We're tied up.
Man alive, Dodger skipper Tommy Lasorda blows a gasket as his Dodgers also blow the ball game. A 9-run Philly ninth. And now, let's check our TWIB notes for the month of August. San Diego shortstop Gary Templeton collects career base hit number 2,000. Odd thing, 14 years ago, same date, he got his first hit. Dave Winfield. After being traded to California from New York, Dave reaches a career milestone. Brian Downing is gunned down at the plate, but Winfield reaches career base hit number 2,500. Chicago's Carlton Fisk reaches a milestone of his own.
Hammered.
That's it.
Carlton Fisk at the head of the class as far as big league catchers are concerned.
Fisk's 328th career homer passes Johnny Bench. He also sets a new White Sox mark for homers with 187. Dale Murphy, traded to the Philadelphia Phillies. Veteran Harold Baines and Willie McGee joined the Oakland A's. Baines was acquired from the Texas Rangers. And McGee, who's leading the National League in hitting, is traded from the Cardinals. Oakland's Bob Welch becomes the first Major League pitcher to win 20 in 1990. And teammate Mark McGwire accomplishes another first.
McGwire hits a high drive, deep to left field, way back. Grand slam, Mark McGwire. Holy Toledo, the first man in history to hit 30 homers in each of his first 4 seasons. And what a spot for number 30. Mark this in your memory book.
Now for all you cool cats, it's time for more How About That? The Case of the Missing Key.
Now, Rick Sutcliffe has sent out the youngster to find the missing key to the batter's box. And Paul Runge is going to send him around to all the umpires. They're in on this, and the young man is learning that maybe the key to the batter's box is an elusive thing at the major league level.
The youngster asks second base umpire Jerry Davis for his call, and the ump directs the ball boy to the real culprits. Oh, fellas, the jig's up.
I think he's on to it now, and he's trotting into the dugout. Hey, not so many laughs, some more baseball.
Now Rick is telling him it was in the dugout all along. Check with Zim.
And Zim's going right along with the youngster. Meanwhile, we're going to start the ball game.
Well, the young man fell for the old key to the batter's box trick.
September, race for the pennant and a home run derby. Detroit's Cecil Fielder on pace for 50 homers.
A drive to center field, and he does it again. It's out of here. Welcome to the Cecil Fielder Show. 3 home runs tonight.
After a season starring for the Hanshin Tigers in Japan's Central League, Cecil Fielder returns to the USA with a bang. And as the pennant battle heats up, so does Cecil's countdown to homer number 50.
Fly ball deep. He's done it again. Cecil Fielder has hit his 3rd home run of the day. There's another big blast deep to left. It is gone.
I'm just, trying to go out here every day and just try to hit the ball hard. And right now things are happening. The ball's jumping off my bat and going out of the ballpark. So I'm not doing anything different. I'm just going up there, trying to stay positive and have a good attitude.
Well, the last previous American Leaguers to reach 50 homers were Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris. Fielder's looking to make his mark, but with each passing game, time's running out. Time also runs out for grand old Comiskey Park, home of the White Sox for 80 years. But her gates open for the last time ever as the Sox host the Seattle Mariners. The game proves to be a great day for nostalgia buffs, a last chance to collect memories and record a little piece of baseball history.
Hey, this is one of the best games we've had all year, one of the best days. The park's crowded. I mean, now we went over 2 million people here. For a team that wasn't supposed to do anything, 2 million people, it's unbelievable. And what you're gonna see right here is the first pitch of the game. It was a strike, last game ever played here. Day game, great day to be here.
9th inning, Bobby Thigpen preserves a 1-run lead, and the White Sox close Comiskey Park with a victory. 43,000 on their feet to say farewell to a baseball landmark, the end of an 80-year era. Goodbye, old friend. A quick look now at the standings, and they show the Oakland A's pulling away. The Red Sox appear to be doing the same. The Mets and Expos make their final push on Pittsburgh. And the Dodgers seem to be creeping up on Cincinnati. Another no-hit bid. This time in Cleveland as Toronto's Dave Stieb, who's thrown 4 one-hitters, goes for the first no-hitter in Blue Jay history.
26 behind him. He needs 1 more out. Into right field. He has got a no-hitter for Dave Stieb. The long frustration is finally over. The first in Toronto Blue Jay history recorded here in Cleveland this afternoon.
The 9th no-hitter of the year. Meanwhile, back at the Sky Dome, the Blue Jays break the Major League attendance record, drawing 3.8 million fans. And Toronto makes a dramatic drive for first place.
Fly ball to left field, deep left field, it's gone! Toronto wins it.
3 exciting 9th inning wins pulls the Blue Jays to within a game of first place. Then an exciting showdown at Fenway, the season's final meeting between the two teams. Boston leads. It's the 8th inning. Junior Felix batting.
Felix hits the ball hard to right field. It's back and gone. Home run, Junior Felix.
The Blue Jays appear to have the game well in hand, but the Sox rally thanks to Jeff Stone in his first at-bat of the season.
He needs to make contact, and he does. The unlikeliest of heroes puts the Red Sox in first place. Stone's hit wins it. 7-6 Boston.
The Red Sox look to have the momentum in their favor. The man on the hill for Game 2, Roger Clemens. Clemens pitches despite physical ailments and holds Toronto to no runs on 5 base hits. The Rocket strikes out 8, and the valiant effort rates a standing ovation. Tom Brunansky goes on a home run rampage.
There it goes. Long shot left field. High. Screen job. Home run. 1-0 Boston.
The red-hot Brunansky smashes 3 homers in 1 game, and the Red Sox take 2 out of 3 to remain a game ahead of the Blue Jays. Meanwhile, in the National League Eastern Division pennant race, the Pirates sweep New York in an early September series. But somehow the Mets pick themselves up to remain within striking distance as the pennant chase continues to brew. Spearheaded by Darryl Strawberry's long-distance blasts, the Mets come on back. New York strikes by taking 2 from Pittsburgh to stay in contention.
And the pitch swung on and missed, and the Mets have swept the Pirates.
But too little, too late. New York's hopes are slim, and finally, none. The first team to clinch, the Oakland A's.
1 out away, and here it comes. That might be it right there. Who's going to take it? Ricky Henderson or Darren Lewis is all over.
The Oakland A's clinch their 3rd title in 3 years, just taking care of business. And the Pittsburgh Pirates clinch their division flag.
Ground ball, this should be it. And the Bucks have won the National League East.
The Pirates clinch their first division title since 1979.
Well, as a manager, you can't get too emotional before the game's over. Because, excuse me, guys.
Excuse me. And the Pirates carry themselves into the playoffs riding high. National League West. A downpour delays Cincinnati's bid to clinch the division. But as the Giants defeat the second-place Dodgers in San Francisco, the Reds clinch. Back in Cincinnati, the Western Division champions celebrate their hearts out in a resounding tribute, wet and wild.
Well, I'll tell you, Mean Gene, this Reds team has been on top from day 1, and we're going to stay there. And all you out in the American League, you better look out, because we got something for you.
The Reds never fell out of first place the whole season, and now they're aiming to be number 1. Next, the final day of the regular season in October. Jeff Reardon takes the mound on the final day of the regular season as the Red Sox battle the White Sox. The tension builds as Ozzie Guillen bats in the 9th inning with 2 outs and the tying run on base.
Line down the right field line, hooking toward the corner. Brunansky! He made the catch in the corner. A great catch by Tom Brunansky. And the Red Sox are the champions of the American League East in 1990.
When he hit the ball, I was a little worried it might have hooked around the pole. And when I saw him going over there, I had confidence in him that he would catch the ball.
For the last month of the season, I don't know if each guy in this ball club was able to sleep in peace. It's me, there was so much pressure. There was so much work to do what we did tonight. Thank God that we came through.
And now, fans, let's take a look at Twibb's top performers, the class of '90. The American League batting champion, Kansas City's George Brett with a .329 average, the first player to win batting titles in 3 decades. Hey, great going, George. Willie McGee, despite being traded to the Oakland A's in August, Willie still won the National League batting crown with a .335 average. Hey, way to go, Willie. The top grade for pitching, Bob Welch, 27-6, the best record since Steve Carlton back in 1972. Chicago's Bobby Thigpen, a stopper who earns an A+.
Outfield very deep, spread out. This could be Fletcher. Ozzie! Yes! Bobby Thigpen has just broken baseball's all-time save record with 47.
He finishes the season with 57. On the last day of the season, Detroit's Cecil Fielder joins the ranks of legends. Fielder accomplishes his feat at the house that Ruth built, Yankee Stadium.
Here's the stretch by Atkins. The set, the pitch. There's a long fly ball to left down the line. If it stays there, it's gone. It's a fair ball. Hits the facing of the upper deck. Home run number 50 for Cecil Fielder. He becomes the 11th man in Major League history to collect 50 home runs in a season.
American League Championship Series, Game 1, a battle between staff aces, Oakland's Dave Stewart and Boston's Roger Clemens, who holds Oakland to no runs through 6 innings, but the A's explode for 9, winning the opening game and also Game 2. In Oakland, Dennis Eckersley helped shut down Boston's offense with an exclamation point, and the A's are thinking sweep. Umpire Terry Cooney ejects Roger Clemens in the second inning of Game 4 after a harsh exchange of words over a strike call, and the Red Sox lose yet again.
And a one-hopper fielded by Gallego. The throw to first, and the ball game is over.
A clean sweep and Oakland's 3rd straight pennant. The National League Championship Series opens in Cincinnati, and the great moments just keep on coming, both on offense and defense.
Van Swyk will tag at second. There's the catch, and the runner moves on to third base, and it's out. He'd been to left field, might leave the park. It is gone for a 3-run homer, and it's 5-2 Cincinnati. Out to center field, way back in the track. Hatcher can't get it. Bonilla is going to go for third with 1 out. He is out at third base. He hits it to third base. Out at second and out of first. No, they don't get the run.
The Reds win 4 games to 1 and win themselves a date with destiny. The World Series. Lou Pinella's Reds and Tony La Russa's A's meet and greet. Cincinnati's Jose Rio holds the heavily favored A's at bay in games 1 and 4, while the Reds come through with key hits time after time to shock the baseball world, sending Cincinnati into a frenzy.
Up into short right, foul ball. Bensinger wants it. Cincinnati, the champions of baseball.
An amazing ending to a super season. A year filled with outstanding individual achievements and spectacular moments. For some, disappointment. And yet, in retrospect, perhaps the grandest surprise was saved for the end. Well, folks, that's all for This Week in Baseball 1990. Goodbye, everybody.
And the 1-2 pitch. Line drive. Great play, Jose leads. Yeah, out to right field. Felix Jose back at the track, and it is caught. Fernandez from deep in the hole with a fine defensive play.
Here's another drive. Butler, can he catch up with it? Yes! Does he hold on? Yes!
Long drive. Left center field.
It is caught.
And now Fish trying to get back as Bo Jackson's throw back in gets him.
Did he overrun it?
Did he cut it? Look at this. Look at the play by Ventura. Yeah.
In the air to right
field. O'Neill has to go back in a hurry to the track, to the wall, and he took the home run away.
Looper will be a tough play, and Joe Orsulak makes it. What a play.
And a fly ball to left. He got it in on his fist. This is going to be some trouble. I'm going to tell you, Gagne made some kind of a play.
Slap to the right side. Loved by Alomar. Dives to first in time for the out, and a great play. Fly ball into deep left center field. Griffey going back to the 1-8 track. Leaps high in the air, and he's got